Nah. Good morning, everybody. And hello to everyone who is live streaming with us today. We'd love to get to know you. Drop a message, say hello. We are here today. It's a really special day. I mean, month-wise, first off, this month is Women's History Month. And I had that. You know when you have those memories of like women who have profoundly touched you? And I remember 1991, the inaugural playing of soccer with the Women's USA team. And the whole block where I lived, everyone was out on their balconies. We were all screaming. And it was just such a beautiful memory to think of that. And I want us to kind of hold in high consciousness the idea of women who have touched us, who have shown us the way to really be ourselves and to expand. So let's turn it over to our band for some music. Yeah.
Yes. We may need to do a little adjustment. Did the amp just come on there? Back in the back? Okay, so let's pull the gains down. Hold on. We got to recalibrate. There's a lot of power coming from the back of the room now. All right. Well, if you're here in person this morning, will you stand with us if you can, and we'll sing into this day. Take me to the water and I'll dive right in. I'm ready to let go of everything that's been. I said, take me to the mountain and I'll climb on up. From the highest peak, beauty's gonna fill my cup. I say yes, I say yes. I know all is well. I say yes, yes, I say yes. I say yes, yes, knowing all is well. I say yes, I say yes. I say yes, 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 knowing all is well. I say yes, I say yes. I know all is well. I said to throw routine right out the door. When I'm scared, I know it leads me to something more. Widen my gaze and see all there is. Take a leap of faith, I'm gonna find that bliss. I say yes, I say yes. I know all is well. I say yes, yes, I say yes. I say yes, yes, knowing all is well. I say yes, I say yes. I say yes, 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 knowing all is well. I say yes, I say yes. I know all is well. Hey, let's throw routine out. I said throw routine right out the door. When I'm scared, I know it leads me to something more. Widen my gaze and see all there is. Take a leap of faith, I'm gonna find that bliss. I say yes, I say yes. I know all is well. All right, let's sing this out. I say yes, yes, I say yes. I say yes, yes, knowing all is well. I say yes, I say yes. I say yes, 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 knowing all is well. I say yes, I say yes. I know all is well. I say yes. Oh, now you all say yes. You know all is well. I say yes. Come on, we all say yes. You know all is well. Yes, indeed. Good morning, everybody. Will you take a minute to greet some of those beautiful faces out there? right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome All right, well, let's invite any kiddos who are here today. Ellie, thanks for being here, and Eliza, come on up. All right, our Hardy Kids program today, we are going to sing them out to their class with good old Joe. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We got Mother Nature and the human race. The world's got trees and bumblebees, rivers and lakes and the open seas, mountains and valleys and animals too, and a sun that shines on me and you. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We got Mother Nature and the human race. We got Mother Nature and the human race.
Welcome. Welcome to Mother Nature and the whole human race. I'm Kalish Leviel, your practitioner of the day, along with Wanda Maddox. And make sure your cell phones are silent.
That was a great joke.
I just love that guy. So let's go within for a moment. Being totally present, knowing that the infinite, all there is all there is. Here in this moment, we know that we are perfect, we are whole, and we are ready. Ready to hear today's message, ready to receive the sunshine coming in, and ready to say thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is.
Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here. surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me now and evermore. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's error, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me now and evermore. Where there's error, let me love. Where there's error, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me now and evermore. Taking all the sunshine, bottle up the rain. Go where the wind blows, let it show the way. Open all the windows, let in all the light. You can pull the stars down, paint the perfect sky. So go and write your song. The world will sing along. Oh, life's what you make it. Oh, it's yours for the taking. You can test the water, you might as well jump in. And we don't know where we'll end up, but you might as well begin. The memories you're making, you frame inside your heart. In the middle of a nowhere is somewhere you can start. So go and write your song. The world will sing along. Oh, life's what you make it. It's yours for the taking. song. All the world will sing along. When you find your melody, you'll join in harmony. Go and write your own song. All the world will sing along. When you find your melody, we'll join in harmony. Oh, life's what you make it. Oh, it's yours for the taking. Sing along with us. Oh, life's what you make it. Oh, it's yours for the taking. Let's sing that again. Oh, life's what you make it. Oh, it's yours for the taking. One more time. Oh, life's what you make it. Oh, it's yours for the taking.
Beautiful. Gosh, thank you so much. How about yesterday? Many of you know about the Dalai Lama and him naming the next Buddhist teacher 10 years old. A Mongolian child born in the U.S. And I just was so, my heart just burst open hearing that. Such a beautiful thing, you know. And obviously, I don't know if you're like me, but there's also this like reaction, like, oh, he's 87. Oh my God, I hope the Dalai's okay, right? Instead of being in the joy of it, it's strange how fear can kind of come about and make its way even when it's unwelcomed. Sorry, here I'm trying something new. It came. It worked. Woo! I guess I should mention, you know, I take it for granted because Dr. Andrea obviously has been part of the community for a very long time. And she's like the Dalai Lama. Like, you don't have to, she doesn't need an introduction. But my name, for anyone who may not know me, is Reverend Zina Kacha. And I'm the co-minister here at Centers for Spiritual Living. Well, thank you. A year from now, I hope you guys will still do that. Well, I think I want to talk with you about something I'm working with, and maybe you're working with it too. And if not, thank you for being witness to what I'm working with. So I have this argument lately around happiness. I think in the regards to the societal way that we kind of pitch happiness, right? And life's not always happy, is it? I mean, there's moments, there's times, there's ups, there's downs, there's unexpected deaths, divorces, relationships ending. There's always something changing. And what we're talking about today is really leaning into the essence of happiness. So when I'm thinking about this, I know for myself that even though life is not always happy, at the same time, unhappiness is not a product of the divine. And so we have this juxtaposition between being human, right, in the flesh, and divine, and bringing those two elements together to create a beautiful connection is really the work at hand for me. And maybe this might be true for you too. I don't know. But despite all the things that have happened in my life, and I find in these rooms that it's something we share, that despite what is happening in our lives, there is a sense of serenity and peace because of the principles we practice. Doesn't mean that as a minister I don't have hard seasons. Of course there's hard seasons. I was thinking about this talk and what I was going to say, and I remember one of the hardest seasons I ever had was when my then 15-year-old daughter was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. And it was so, heart-hitting. And I didn't know, how to really navigate that situation. And yet, what I found is that principle was there. That there was the ability to go back to prayer. And another thing that I found is sometimes in our hard seasons, the support of others just presencing us is the most important thing we can do for each other. Rather than, like in those days, it's etched in my mind hearing someone say, well, God never gives you more than you can handle. Right? But even in our philosophy, we have a tendency, if somebody is experiencing hard season, to want to go to the truth, right? God is always available. God is whole. You are whole, despite what's going on for you. But what I'm learning, first and foremost for myself, is to be there and presencing for me and allowing myself to be in whatever space is happening at the moment. Another big change that, and hard season for me, believe it or not, has been moving from San Diego to come all the way to Bellingham. Happy as I am to be here, it's been like, whoo. We lived in a hotel for several months. We had a house in construction. There was, life happening, and trying to catch up to what was happening took me a lot of what my dear friend, Reverend Busey, says. His name's Reverend Kevin Busey. He says, you know what? When stuff gets hard, turn up the burners. Start lighting those burners and put the flames up, the flames of prayer, the sitting in silence with what is, allowing ourselves to be open to all of the wondrous possibilities that exist in spirit. When I bring my broken heart to the altar of spirit, something happens. A change, a transformation of my mental capacity to see. Like these eyes that are mine here on this earth alter. And I find that I am being compassionate, first and foremost to myself, and that it extends out in a natural way to others. This is the hardest territory that we travel, right here. And we travel it courageously. Because really, if we look at our lives, I don't know about yours, but I know if I look at my life and I say, wow, that situation really felt like it broke me, I begin to start to see that it didn't break me, but it did enlighten me to more faith in allowing myself to believe in something bigger than me. That's where the miracles have happened in my own life. And our culture is very, we have a difficult time with uncomfortable situations and feelings. We kind of don't know how to respond when someone is having a life event, a hard season. And so I think sometimes, we talk a lot about this. One of the principles that we talk about is cause and effect here. So what happens, and it's natural, is that we may have a tendency to project out. If I make you feel better, if you feel better, then I don't have to feel this feelings of emotions, big emotions, right? We're humans. We have big emotions, and that's a good thing. It shouldn't be something that is locked away and we're not automated. We're not robots. We're human beings with a ton of different emotions. And when we feel those emotions, allow ourselves to feel them, that's where the sadness transforms to feelings of well-being and happiness. That's where, our fear turns into a courageous act for ourselves to change our perception or situation that isn't working for us anymore. When I was looking at this, I was also wanting to recognize that it's been a hard season for the world, right? Globally. And it's not residing in it, but it's okay for us to say that there is grief. There's been grief and sadness and pain and confusion, sometimes senses of being really overwhelmed because it's like, wow, okay, here I was in this cocoon, so to speak. We all were, right? Then we adjusted, and then it was like cool to go to all these meetings with our sweats down below or other things. Pajamas, hopefully, right? And, we adjusted to getting our groceries and washing them outside so that the, bacteria didn't come in the house or the virus didn't come in the house. And there was all kinds of like readjustment, recalculating, right? Then the doors opened, and it's like, okay, a little at a time, and we did titration, right? Where you test something out a little bit by little bit to see how far we can expand ourselves, right? And then here we are now. I guess this is going to be something we live with, that there's, certain people who will have COVID or flu or different physical things. But in essence, we are back to regular life, right? But we've all changed. We are not who we were when we went into isolation. And that isolation, I think, also has some sense of, where do I belong? We're coming out now. Who am I and where do I belong? What's mine to do? Where am I being led? And, right now there's a lot of empirical studies going on and scientific theories that are following this line of reasoning that, and this is really the main point I want to say, is that there's a correlation between spirituality, right? Yeah, and happiness. That really, if we put it to the test, which, Ernest Holmes reminded us, do this not because I'm telling you, do it because there's something here that is valuable, that if I put my heart and mind towards the practice, whatever that practice is, I am able to feel transformation. It's a wonderful kind of proposition, isn't it? He also said something really beautiful, and this is a beautiful quote that was given to me just yesterday. The intellect brings us to the threshold. And then we arrive at the threshold, and we realize we cannot think our way out of this thing called life, right? We can't, make it do anything that it is not meant to do. Our intellect surrenders at some point, and then we're carried across the threshold, and we're carried into spiritual knowing through our practice. And that spiritual knowing is a recognition that I can bring all of it, all of me. No matter how judgmental I am of me, I can bring it all to the altar of my heart. I also want to talk a little, just real briefly, about why it is important, the correlation, because that's why we're in these rooms. When I came to, it was 1989 when I came to my first Center for Spiritual Living. okay? I was broke because I decided to leave a family business that I had been in since I was 8 at the cash register. Wanted to be on my own. I didn't have a formal education. I had 2 children, and I felt a deep aloneness in my life. And when I came into the rooms that we are sharing today, this room, except it was in San Diego and it was many years ago, I learned these principles that have carried me through so much of life. And they have brought me to a place where I'm able to say, and I bet this is true for you too, I'm able to say, wow, I have 2 master's degrees. Wow, I make a great living and have made a wonderful life in business. Wow, wow. All of that is the byproduct of transformation, because the first thing that it started was this idea of our teaching. And it is this, that spirituality is a paradoxal, right? It's paradoxal. It's both universal, like spirit doesn't say, hey, you get whatever you want, but you don't. It's available to everybody. You like that? That's how it feels sometimes, though, right? It's equally distributed throughout the universe and cosmos and available to all. And it's a highly personal concept. My God probably knows your God, but I don't know. Are they friends? Who knows, right? But that's the premise that we teach here. The other thing is that there's really fundamentally 2 ideas in our teaching. One is spirituality is about seeking a meaningful connection with something bigger than ourselves. And Ernest Holmes said, that's why we're scientific here. Press it up against your current knowing. Spend time in the presence. And press it up against, do I have a belief in something greater than myself? Or do I not? And come to that place of meeting it as often as possible, because chances are something will happen. That something is individual. It might be an aha, it might be a moment, it might be like, wow, solution found. It's something bigger than us. The other thing is we recognize that we're all connected. We're all connected to this higher power. And when that connection inside of ourselves is really fluid, we're able to connect with others. Being right with ourselves is the first place to begin, and that's what Science of Mind teaches, is that there is no other, there is no projecting out. Well, we do that. I mean, I've been, guilty of that a few times, where when you're not dealing with your stuff and you start projecting it out. Well, in our philosophy, we say, well, that's a boomerang effect. So whatever you throw out there is going to come back, and you'll meet it one way or another. And typically, it's the greatest spiritual growth that we have is when we meet ourselves through another. And sometimes it's not like this. It's like friction, right? Like, why are they acting this way? What's wrong with them, right? And we begin to learn, hey, wait a second. Not what's wrong with them or what's wrong with us. We begin to see, okay, compassion, bring compassion to the table. We're all yearning for it, aren't we? Aren't we yearning to belong, to be the love presence and share that with each other? I know I am. So we are both born human and divine. And spirituality is pointing us towards this mystery. And so this week, what I'd like us to do, if y'all in agreement, just 15 minutes twice. 15 minutes twice this week. What I'd like us to do, and we'll feel each other. It's really bizarre when groups of people get together, even if they are not physically in the same proximity. There's a non-locality about spirit, right? We'll feel each other. Twice, 15 minutes. This week, I invite you to engage in prayer, meditation, chanting, contemplation, journaling, reading, going out in nature, getting in the dirt, in your garden. I know you guys are all garden people around here, right? And really allow yourself to feel the presence. Being in the moment is the presence. Maston Kipp shares this with us. He says, spirituality is the measure of how willing we are to allow grace. Right? Some power greater than ourselves. That's grace. To enter in our lives and guide us as we move along the journey of this thing called our life. So let's lean together. Lean into the essence. There we'll find not only ourselves, but contentment and connection with others. Thank you so much. Now we have the ushers, I believe, are coming to see us. We want to thank everyone for all of the giving that you offer this community. Everything you see here is a byproduct of all of the wonderful time, treasure, and talent that this community gives to this community that is all about us being our community. Thank you so much.
Even now I am able, even now I am free, even now I can feel the Spirit washing over me, even now I can find the love in everyone I see, even now I am free, even now I am healthy, even now I am whole. Even now I can feel the Spirit deep down in my soul. Even now I can choose a path of peace and harmony. Even now I am free. Even now I'm able. Even now I am able. Even now I am free. Even now I can feel the Spirit washing over me. Even now I can find the love in everyone I see. Even now I am free. Even now I am free.
Yeah. All righty. So, you know the drill. It's time for announcements. Woohoo! How exciting. Got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of happenings in the community, and if you want to know more about anything that I am announcing, you can find it at CSL Bellingham, no more dash, cslbellingham.org. So, first off, we have the Awakening the Soul retreat that's happening, and Kathy's just teeing up something she's going to come up and share in just a moment. So, whatever that is, ignore it. Back to here. Okay, Awakening the Soul. This is going to be a spectacular retreat. Everyone is welcome. Doesn't matter if you're man, woman, maybe over 18. Please come join us. It's April 7th and April 8th, and it's going to be a wonderful event. And why it's wonderful is because it's both experiential. We're going to have kirtan. We're going to have music. We're going to have food. We're going to have forest walking. We're going to have drumming. And we're going to have all different kinds of other guests coming in and supporting this event with Dr. Andrea and I. It's April 7th and 8th, and registration, I believe, is just April 3rd. So next Monday will be the close of registration because we have to give our in-house chef over there Jennifer Brown some time to, woohoo, yeah, some time to figure out the menu for all of us. So I invite you. I hope you'll attend, and if not, we'll be thinking about you. Okay, community song gathering. This is with Yam and Jesse, and they're going to be the kirtan on Saturday. So for the event of Awakening the Soul, and they'll be here tonight, I believe, March 26th. We hope you'll come and join them this evening, 6 to 7:30. It's been changed, the time. And they are wonderful. They're just such sweet, spirited people, and they just create a kind of a call and response singing that allows participants to really feel engaged with the movement of the body as we're chanting and in song together. Mind, Body, Spirit Fair, it's back. Yeah. So we are right now in planning with all of the different, I mean, you guys probably know better than me, all the different mechanisms that go along with that's the idea, and now we have to put traction and get all the people and events and things and vendors going. So apparently it's a big to-do. I have not experienced it personally, but I was here for the Sacred Earth Fair, and I'm told it's kind of similar, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to do it then, because there was just so many people, it was a little overwhelming. But you know what? I think it's going to be good, and hopefully we'll have a day like this for July 22nd. And so right now, if you are a mind, body, spirit practitioner with a healing art of some sort, register. And registration is open. Early registration is right now, and it turns to regular registration sometime at the end of April. All right, so Kathy Angel's going to come up and gift us with her presence here. And another thing that's coming back is Gourmets for Good, and Kathy's going to tell us all about it.
Today is the kickoff of a very exciting event, Gourmets for God. Good. You can call God. Yay! Thank you, Robin. This is a very exciting day, and for those of you who aren't familiar with Gourmets for Good, let me just say, it's one of those fundraisers that I consider to be a win-win-win. Number one, it's a win for people who like to entertain and have a food event. It's a win for people who like to eat and get a bid for a seat at the table. It's number three, all proceeds support our spiritual home, the Center for Spiritual Living. And so basically, it's people in the community who offer to put on a wonderful event around food, and then we get to mix in community with each other and get to know people and enjoy these wonderful events, and it's a big win for our center. So for instance, here's some of the dinners that happened last year. Celebrating Connection, because everybody comes up with a title for their dinner or event. Dancer Gator Cajun, Lounging at the Lake, D&K Gourmet Burgers, Earth First Dock Party, Teriyaki Barbecue and Games, Cuisine from Tuscany, Mardi Gras, Summer Salmon Salad, Green Tara, which I believe was a raw food event, an evening in Istanbul, and Dinner with a View. And then here are a couple of others that I just had some photos for. One was Strudel Fest, which I think was Biff and Lauren, and people got to assemble strudels. This was one that Rhonda and I put on, clam fritters by the bay. We sat out on the deck. Rhonda churned out about 100 clam fritters that were made from clams that were harvested by her family in the Pacific Ocean. And it was just great. So our question to you today is, will you host? And again, this is a great opportunity. You may have a home but don't like to cook, but maybe you know someone who likes to cook, and you can invite them to be part of your event. Or maybe you love to cook and don't have a home that you could put on an event in, and you could partner with someone who has one. The sky is really the limit. We have had dinners over has been going on for probably, I think, about 11 or 12 years at this point. We had to take a couple years off during the pandemic, but it's just, it makes thousands of dollars for the center, and it's just, I can't even tell you how fun it is. Raise your hand if you've been to a Gourmets for Good dinner. No, I don't have to convince you all then at all. But so we'll be collecting forms, and you can go to the website for CSL. You'll need to fill out a form by April 9th, letting us know what you'd like to do, who you'd like to partner with, or maybe it's just you. And what the theme of your dinner is, and it can be from around June through September, although the chairs of this committee tell me that it could go into October as well. So you'll want to send some date possibilities, and then we'll get it all set up. Then in a few weeks, and I think it's on April 3rd, or it's like I think it's the last Sunday in April, in the class, yeah, Clara's saying yes. In the classroom, there will be bid sheets all around, and you'll already know, because it'll go out in the weekly announcements online, what dinners are going to be available, and then you'll have a chance to start bidding. And bidding will take place for 3 weeks, and then at the end, the top bidders will be, it'll be all collected, and then the committee will figure out who the top bidders are and let you know if you got into a dinner. So anyway, so thank you, and hope you'll think about hosting.
Thank you, Kathy. That was great. Okay, we want to remind you the 10 a.m. meditation started again. It's getting great attendance, so it looks like, and I can't speak for the practitioners, but we're going to have a meeting for our monthly practitioner session together, and we are thinking about bringing it back into the sanctuary. So this is sort of the thought around, we're no more room in that room, so we've got to open this room up to it, which is not a bad thing at all. And that could be your 15-minute dedication that you gave and commitment you gave for twice this week. All right, I want to thank all of you for being here today. It's a beautiful day. Go out and enjoy, and we'll see you next week, and we'll be sung out by the...
Yeah, all right. Well, if you feel like standing, we'll sing out into this glorious day. I also want to say, with that Gourmets for Good, the sky is a limit in terms of what you could offer. I was just thinking, especially when the sun comes out, I'm like, there have been times where it's like not necessarily a house, or it could be a hike, and you provide sack meal to the top of Oyster Dome or something, right? Like, there's lots of things that you could do if you feel like I don't want to be necessarily in a home. So anyway, let's sing out into this day. Here we go. Blessed day, I am thankful, grateful heart, I am whole. Glory be to the power of this mind that I know. So full praise to the wonder, freedom, sing a joyful song. Calling love to the center, lifting all is one. I sing it now, so it is anything a dream. It is singing now, so it is. Think bigger now, so it is. I'm holding this vision of peace, knowing a world of harmony. Calling love to the center, lifting all. We are free. I sing it now, so it is anything I dream. It is singing now, so it is. Think bigger now, so it is. I'm holding this vision of peace, knowing a world of harmony. Calling love to the center, lifting all. We are free. Calling love to the center, lifting all. We are free. You all have a wonderful week. We'll see you again soon.